Welcome back to our physics class. So since your holiday will going to begin from tomorrow and your unit test exams are over, so during this break some summer assignments are been provided to you which you people are supposed to do. So do complete your assignments during this period of time. Enjoy your holidays, but as well you have to study also. Now let us talk about the assignment which has been given to you. So you have to follow some instructions. First of all, you are supposed to do these assignments on the sheet of paper. Now the sheet can be your file paper. If it is present at your home, then you can use it. Otherwise, you can take out the sheets from your notebook, old rough notebook or whichever notebook you are having, and in those notebook, in that paper, in that sheet, you can write your assignment. Please do not bother your parents for stationery from outside. It is very important because situations are not so good outside that you force your parents to send them out and to buy those things. Very important thing, you are supposed to keep these sheets in which you are writing your assignments, the original copy, safely, because whenever the school will get reopened, you have to submit this, and on the basis of these assignments you will get marks. Now let us talk about your physics assignment. So in your physics assignment, question number 1 was, what are the scalar and vector quantities? So let us talk about scalar and vector quantities. So we have discussed in a class scalar quantities and vector quantities. So you have to write the definition of both scalar quantity and vector quantity. Try to write some differences between them and differentiate the given quantities into scalar. So quantities, you can take some examples. I will tell you some quantities like distance is a physical quantity, mass, time, pressure, displacement, velocity, momentum, weight. So these are few examples which are quantities, which are physical quantities, and you have to differentiate them as scalar quantities and vector quantities. So you have to make a tabular form. On one side it will be all scalar quantities, another side it will be all vector quantities. So you will differentiate which one is scalar and which one is vector, and you will write below them. Question number 2. Classify the following as linear, circular, vibratory or oscillatory motion. So some examples are given below. You have to identify which one is a circular motion, which one is a linear motion, which one is a vibratory motion, which one is an oscillatory motion. So I think one word answers are there. So you have to write one word answer for each question. So please write the statement, complete statement and then answer. Then question number 3. What happens to the time period of a simple pendulum? So how the time period of simple pendulum changes. So if you remember, I have discussed the time period of simple pendulum depend upon two factors, length and gravity. The formula was 2 pi under root L upon G. Now you have to look for this statement, the mass of the bob is increased. So what will happen if the mass of the bob will increase? Whether the time period of simple pendulum will increase or decrease, or it will not change. The length of the pendulum is increased. So while the length of the pendulum is increased, will the time period will also increase, or will the time period will going to decrease? Then the amplitude is doubled. If the amplitude is doubled, then will the time period will increase or decrease? Whatever changes will take place, that you have to mention. And when the gravity at a place is decreased, so if the gravity is changing, in that situation whether the time period will change or not, that you have to mention. And how it will going to change, or how it will going to affect, these factors will affect or not, that you have to write. So at least 6 to 7 line answer will be there for this question. It can be more also, it depends. Now question number 4. The relative density of a substance A is 1. So one substance is there, let us be named as A. Substance A is there, whose relative density is 1. Substance B is there, whose relative density is 0.40. And a substance C is there, whose density is 1.80. If they are placed in water, now please you have to remember what is the density of water, and always remember the density of water is 1 gram per centimeter cube or 1000 kg per meter cube. So on the basis of this, you have to compare whether substance A will going to float, sink or completely sink in water, or it will be partially going to sink. Similarly for substance B, whether it will going to float, whether it will going to partially sink, or whether it will going to completely sink inside water. So all three sections, substance A, substance B, substance C, which one will going to float, which one will going to sink, which one will going to partially sink inside water, that you have to find out. And you have to explain by giving a valid reason for each. So you have to do a research on this. Little bit of research is required. You have to think about it, whose density will be more, then the object will going to float or sink, whatever way you have to find out. Then question number 5, solve the following numericals. Some numericals are there which are based on your chapter. We had already discussed the formulas, like find the density of gold with mass. So if you remember the formula of density, mass upon volume, you can easily find out the value. Then question number 2 is also based on relative density, and remember the relative density is density of a substance divided by density of water at 4 degrees Celsius. So this formula you have to remember, and then you can use it. A train, the train A, so there is one train A which traveled at a distance of 120 km in 3 hours. So distance is given, time is given, and one more train is there, B, which will travel 180 km. So distance is 180 km and time is 4 hours. So you have to find out the speed. So I hope you people remember the formula of speed. You can apply the formula of speed and you will find out the speed of train A and speed of train B, and you can compare which speed is more. So this is all about your holiday homework, which you people have to do it in good handwriting. Best of luck. Enjoy your holidays. Thank you.